Welcome back, gamers. The doctor's in. I got a ton of really great stuff at the Portland Retro Gaming Expo. Let's go take a look. As many of you know, I collect event-exclusive games for Callous Gamers for Kids and the Portland Retro Gaming Expo. And I was able to snag quite a few of those, also some homebrews. First game up, I have Game Panic. So here's John's game. Signed, Game Panic, number 27 of 43. It's a cartridge, it's also numbered. Comes with a little spider. Now in this game, you're basically in his game room and you were trying to get from left to right, and you're trying to avoid bugs and water that comes down and plays like a Game & Watch game. So here you have the little note. He has a special printing of the Atari Collector's Guide that he did. There's a small instruction manual and a joke warranty card. If you sit down and read it, it's actually pretty funny. I was really excited to get this. I don't have an Atari to play it on, but it's going to go up there with all my other exclusives. And I played it a few months ago. I got a beta test this at the Callous Gamers for Kids meetup, and it's lots of fun. Next game I got is Gamester 81, the video game. He did a special run for the Portland Retro Gaming Expo. Has that sticker on the front. It's for the ColecoVision. It's lots of fun. And also I had John sign it right in the front. These sold out. There was a short run. I believe there was less than 60 or so of the actual number below. But these were getting harder and harder to get, and some have already sold on eBay for about 4 times the value, which is kind of crazy. Next game I got was released early at the Portland Retro Gaming Expo. It's Joust for the ColecoVision. Joust never came on the ColecoVision, it came on everything else in the world, but someone ended up making it.
Oh, in the distant future, where evil knights joust upon beasts of the air, you too must fly.
I was pretty excited when I saw this next item. It's Retro USBs, 8-bit Xmas. This is the 2014. I have almost all the other years. I need the first 2 years. They're getting kind of crazy expensive. I picked this up so I didn't have to pay for the shipping. I knew I was going to get it anyways. And what's really cool about this is if you hook up a Rob in the Player 2, your Rob will dance as you play this. This is a special board that was made, and there's LEDs down the side, and it lights up as you play. A lot of time you can get these carts customized and the insert customized, but they weren't able to do that at the show. I think it's really cool that there's still new games being made for the Nintendo, and I grabbed a copy of Armed for Battle. This is an RTS. I didn't get the box or the manual. I wish I had the option of buying just the manual separate. Next item up, I got Tetris, the 2014. This is the World Championship Edition. This is the sponsor version. There was only 26 of these available, and it shows Harry Hong and Jonas. That's last year's picture, which is kind of fitting because both of them played in the finals again, and this year Harry won. So I'm glad to add this to my big Tetris collection. And when I was at the auction, they had a special edition version. They do a version just for the top 32 in the world and one donator, and all the proceeds go to help PRGE. And I ended up picking that one up also. So, similar box. On the back it's in grayscale, and this is number 0032. And I have last year's first place championship cart, and I also have the donator. So these are also going to go live on the shelf. I got Conker's Bad Fur Day, so this is an extra copy, so I'll have this at the next show for trade, or someone needs it. Copy of Mega Man 2. Never have too many of those. Mega Man 2 was really hot at the show. Mr. Mark Erickson's there, and he was the artist who drew the Mega Man 2 cover art. I think he's done about 60 other video game covers, including Strider and Bad Dudes. So everyone wanted to get a copy of Mega Man to get him to sign. Along with Mega Man 2, got Mega Man 1. Now this one's seen better days, but it's still Mega Man 1 and still plays. Next we have Mega Man 3. Find having these games trade really well, so I always try to pick up Mega Man, Zelda's, and Mario games when I can. In that big trade, I got another copy of DuckTales 2. This is about my 7th cart that I've had to go through my hands. This one's going to be up for trade. I walked around with this for quite some time. I was trying to trade this one for Rescue Rangers 2. I only saw a couple copies, and I wasn't able to trade for it for this. I was able to add a couple cartridges for my NES collection. I'm going for a complete licensed retail set, and I got Donkey Kong Math. Not the most exciting game, but it's going up in price. It's harder and harder to get. It is a donor cart, but I don't know why anyone would use that, but Donkey Kong Math. Got Frankenstein, The Monster Returns. I needed this for the collection. Don't know if it's any good or not, but it's another one to check off. The next NES game I actually thought I had, so another good reason to always bring your list. This is Ski or Die. It's not the best game. It's kind of fun, but still not the best. I'm just glad to add it to the collection. I worked out a trade with Drew. I was really happy. I've been looking for this game for a good price for about a year, and I got it complete in box, and it's Castle Illusion starring Mickey Mouse. There was an HD remake, I believe, for the PS3. Not sure if it was on other systems, but the Genesis version is getting harder to get. He gave me a good price. It's about $10 under charting, and I traded him some 64 boxes he wanted. Next thing up, I got Ren and Stimpy, the show, Stimpy's Invasion. I loved watching this show on Nickelodeon. It's really ahead of its time. I think the same voice actor does Fry, who is in this. It's a platformer game. It's not going to win any awards. I got it for really cheap. Next up, Mel the Gamer Girl, who makes a lot of really great stuff, came up and she wanted a stack of Japanese Game Boy games I had. I have quite a bit of import stuff that I was trying to move. And so we worked out a trade, and I ended up getting these, and they're really cute. I got this big sushi, it's this plushie, and I got the little sushi that goes with him. So, I think it was about 10, and I would say around 20 for this one. And I might not necessarily would have bought them retail, but I was really happy to trade, and these are gonna go live with some of my other cute plushies I have. There's go Squishy. Right after the show ended, I was taking all my stuff out to my car, and I walked by a booth that was still set up, and there was a lady who had this next plushie up, and I really wanted it. I've been looking for it for a while for a good price, and I got Catbug. I'm really happy to have it. Again, it's also really squishy. If you guys haven't seen Bravest Warriors on YouTube, go check it out. I think it's hilarious.
Is okay.
So I traded some Ninja Turtles for the next items. I got about 3 Game Boy games. They're complete in box, the Game & Watch games. I traded them off already. But I also got a Genesis cleaning cart, kind of a throw-in. I didn't really need it, but that was really cool. Been looking for this Bomberman for a while. It plays more like a platformer. And as a throw-in, I got these game packs. They're like scratch-off cards. I guess there's a couple stickers, and I got the Mario, Link, and Peach. At the show, I was looking for a lot of handhelds. I kind of skipped the DS generation, so I was trying to find some older DS titles and expand my 3DS collection. I'm getting Kirby Canvas Curse. Now, this is one more Kirby game I need towards that collection. I think I'm only missing 2. I got Shaolin Showdown, the game. I really liked watching the show, and I hear it's more like a beat 'em up, so hopefully it's good. I did manage to get 3 more DS games. I finally got Chrono Trigger for the DS. I'm missing the map, but I got this for $10 at the show. That was a real steal. The cart looks great, and it plays well. I got Tower Defense. I got this for $1. I love me some Tower Defense games. This one got kind of mixed reviews because it didn't add anything. Originally, I want to say it was a PC game, and people thought it was lacking at the time, but since I've never played it before, I really enjoy it. I think it's fun. It's a little repetitive, but most tower defense games get kind of repetitive. Next up, I got Avatar: The Burning Earth. I love the Avatar series. I think they're really well made, and I enjoy watching it. I heard this is a kind of an action beat 'em up, some RPG elements. So I'm gonna give it a shot, see if it's any good. At the show, I did manage to get one Game Boy Advance game. I got Complete in Box, and we have Kingdom Hearts. This is the Chain Memories. Now it's the Portland Retro Gaming Expo, but I did manage to get a bunch of modern games, and I expanded my 3DS collection by about 30%. First up, we got Heavy Fire, Chosen Few. I've been looking for this for a good price. I paid $2. It's kind of an on-rail shooters. It's not going to win any awards, but it's fun for what it is. Pilot Wing Resorts. I waited on this when it first came out. It was a launch title. I knew it would come down. I think I paid $2 or $3 for this. It's complete. So I'm finally going to be able to play some Pilot Wing. I can't wait to get some hands-on time with this title. I have fond memories of playing Pilot Wing back on the Super Nintendo and on the 64. I'm sure it's going to hold up great. Doodle Jump. I had this on my iPad. It's lots of fun. I heard it translated well to the 3DS. It is everything you think it's going to be. It's Doodle Jump. But it's going to be another game to add to the collection. We have Dream Trigger 3D. Hard to explain how to play this game. It's kind of a shooter. It's kind of like Battleship. Classic Game Room has a really good review for this. I ended up getting a copy of Asphalt 3D. Paid about $2 for this. It's a fun driving game. Next up, I got a copy of Steel Diver. Paid $1 for this. I like how Steel Diver has an arcade-style touch control, and will be a fun, quick mobile game. Next up, Boulder Dash 3D. This was also a launch title. It wasn't really received very well because it didn't add anything new to the franchise, but since I've never played it, it doesn't affect me. When I can, I try not to get loose 3DS games. There's not a lot of cover art out there yet, but I got a copy of Centipede. Centipede did really well on the Wii, but the sales for the 3DS were a lot slower. It's more of a short print, it's harder to get, so hopefully I'll be able to get the insert for this in the near future. Now my two really big items I got at the show, I've been looking for about 2 years now. I'm very excited to have them. I worked out a trade and it's awesome. I finally got Metal Storm. Metal Storm is what I consider truly a hidden gem. Being released in 1991, it went under the radar and most people didn't play it. This game really pushed the hardware to its limits. The NES doesn't support parallax scrolling. The programmers kind of tricked it. They had it designed so the game would redraw the background and it looks like that they're scrolling. The game was designed around a gravity mechanic. You can switch and float to the top, come back down, and at the time, I believe this was one of the first games to ever do this. Metal Storm is a great platformer, has these shooting elements. It is NES hard. It's getting harder and harder to find, and I was really happy I could get it. Rescue Rangers 2. Rescue Rangers 2 rounds out my Disney Capcom NES collection. Most licensed games aren't that great. They're not that much fun. But back in the day, when you saw Capcom on an NES game, that purple logo, you knew you were in for a treat. I remember watching this every afternoon when I came home from school. I absolutely love this TV show. I have fond memories of playing the first game. I remember going with my dad to Blockbuster. They put the game on hold, and I got to play the first Rescue Rangers game. It was one of the first 30 or so NES games I've ever had, and I really love it. I've been wanting to play the second one for quite some time now. This is a platformer game, but it's best played with a friend. Take control of Chip or Dale and set out on your adventure. Rescue Rangers 2 has only gone up in price, and I'm glad I got it now before it's way too expensive. I hardly come across this game. More often than not, I see DuckTales 2. Both are about the same price, but something about Rescue Rangers 2 just makes it a little harder to find. The game was released in 1993, at the later end of the NES lifecycle. If you happen to get a chance, definitely play this game. Try to get it for a good price. Well guys, thanks for watching my pickups video. What'd you get at the show? If not, what have you picked up recently? I had lots of fun there, and I had lots of fun trading and getting great deals. As always, I'm the Doctor. Thanks for watching.